I grew up in Cranford, New Jersey, and just 19 miles out of New York City. So as a young guy, I was mostly interested in jazz. My brother and I, who's 8 years older than I, he wanted to be a big band singer. So he was really all tied up with big bands. So I used to go and listen to the big bands in New York City at the Paramount and Roxy and Capitol and over in Newark. And we were every weekend going to hear somebody or another. And when I heard Woody Herman play a high G for about 5 minutes, I decided I had to play clarinet because I wanted to play a high G, like Woody Herman, I guess.
My mom is a flute player, and she kind of told me that we had this great instrument in the house that she would like me to try to play for at least 1 year in band when I was in 7th grade. And if I didn't like it, I could quit. And so I played for a year, and I liked it. So I've been doing it ever since then. It was 1980, and I was 23 years old, and I had just gotten my master's from the University of Texas at Austin, and I just thought this would be a good way to get started taking auditions, and I ended up winning, and I've been here ever since.
Well, I was on the audition committee, so it was love at first sight, really. I just thought she was a knockout, and she played great, and she just beat those guys like a drum. I mean, she won the thing so easy, but it was really kind of exciting.
Well, I thought I was pregnant, and I kept having tests done, and it kept saying negative. We even had a blood test done at a doctor's office. It said negative, and I knew I was pregnant. So this went on for about a month, and then we went to Ruidoso, New Mexico to play a festival at the end of the season, and we weren't sure how far along I was, but we thought we had about a month to go.
We were at rehearsal at Ruidoso playing Beethoven First Piano Concerto with Phyllis Diller as the soloist. And Jan turned around in the middle of the rehearsal and said, "We got to go."
Because I had a midwife, my midwife said to start heading to El Paso because there was a birthing center. And but she said on the way, stop in Alamogordo, New Mexico, to see how you're doing. So we drove to Alamogordo, visited a midwife. We sat around and waited, nothing happened. And my midwife said, well, sometimes things start up again when the sun comes up. So sure enough, around 6, then it came full force, and Gina was born at 9 in the morning.
There was no drugs, there was no operation, there was nothing but absolute natural childbirth, and she was really a trooper. And every time I opened my mouth, I was saying the wrong thing. And she called me everything but my name.
We took a nap. I think we ate breakfast, and then we got in the car by about noon and started heading back to Fort Worth because I just wanted to get home.
We stopped for dinner at a restaurant on the way to Fort Worth, and I was carrying Gina, and this lady, the waitress, said, "Oh, what a beautiful baby. How old is it?" I said, "Well, what time is it?" And,
I don't know. It's yeah.
Gina has turned out to be a pretty neat little lady. She's 31, just 3 days ago. She wound up being one of the Dove girls in the Dove campaign 5 years ago. She was in magazines on the cover of People. She was on Oprah's show and Ellen DeGeneres' show and Katie Couric, and she
just so happened.
Just happened to have.
I have a picture. This is from Cosmo, and then she was on the cover of People magazine right there, and then there's. It was a Dove campaign. It was just a fluke thing. She was taking the trash out, and somebody saw her and asked her if she wanted to be part of this campaign, and so she said yes.
She called me up and said, "Dad, what shall I do? They want me to pose in my underwear." I said, "Well, it's up to you, I guess." I don't know. It was really fun to go to the bookstore and pick up a magazine. There's a new deal with Gina, and it was, every week it was a new little thrill. It was fun.